night, kind of obviously the tale of two halves, but in a way it wasn't. And what I told the girls in the locker room is really, we played a tremendous first half defensively, tremendous. I mean, we gave up 29 points. We were rebounding well, and the truth of the matter is the way we shot the ball offensively, most of the time this year we would have been down 20 plus points and the game would have been over. But we really defended. Taylor and Sierra made that big play right at the buzzer, put us down 7, got a little momentum. And then the main adjustment we made, I mean, we talked a little bit about this and that, but I thought our mentality needed to change. First half, it looked like, we shot because we got the ball around the basket and we were open and we had to shoot, or we got the ball on three-point line, we were open, we had to shoot. And what I told them is you've got to seek out opportunities to score. And I thought second half, that's exactly what they did. It was like they wanted the ball, they're expecting the ball. And when you do that, you shoot the ball a lot better and you finish a lot better around the basket. The pretty unbelievable thing, honestly, is our rebounding. I mean, I was so proud of that rebounding effort. They got 2 offensive rebounds. We had 19. We out-rebounded them by 15. That's almost unfathomable for me with this team, and it just makes me really proud of them.
Is it just something as simple as just seeing the ball go in the basket when you're getting looks and it's just not going in?
I think that's a little bit part of it. But I think that causation is kind of backwards. I think our team changed our mentality coming out second half, like I talked about, really seeking out those opportunities to score, when that's an active thought of looking to score versus a passive thought. Our finishes around the basket and threes in the first half looked reactionary to me. And so I think that changing our mentality made the shots fall. And then, once they start to fall, it definitely helps the confidence.
Seeing with as many shooters you have, I have to imagine they see a zone and their eyes light up. And is that kind of a problem too, where people get too anxious because they're like, hey, this is a zone, this is a defense that we should just really tear up?
Well, you might think so, but we've struggled with zone at times. I thought we've gotten a lot better. We changed our zone offense after the Omaha game at their place, and we've had a lot better luck getting open looks. Even first half we weren't finishing. I thought we were getting great looks. So I still think some of our players kind of hold on to that, like we're a little nervous around the zone. But shooters' eyes definitely should light up, and we're trying to find that balance of we want to attack it. I mean, to get to the free throw line 25 times against the zone team really shows where our aggressiveness was, especially second half. And I think that our players are starting to realize that, like, you get some things inside, you get some flashes to the basket, and that opens up the threes.
You mentioned the rebounding. It's been a spot that's been kind of a soft spot for you guys, but also defending the three. 1 of 17 beyond the arc from them. Is that something you just committed to, or is that something where you're just so aggressive on the ball that those looks just aren't there?
I thought we just did an awesome job. I mean, I think you watch the South Dakota game, South Dakota State game, and like every three, it looks like they're going in. They're wide open. We kind of got lost somewhere. And I think the major thing is we made some pretty substantial changes defensively. I mean, things that maybe take a little bit of guts to make mid-season. How we guard ball screens, how we're getting through off the ball screens, whether we're not forcing baseline anymore, we're playing one-on-one and not helping. And what that allows us to do is not lose our player. Because every time someone went baseline, we had to zone up. Now we'd lost kids. So here it was a little bit easier to stay and play a one-on-one battle with every kid. And it's tough to make threes when you're playing one-on-one. And I think except for 2 or 3 threes that they had that were open, we did a really good job of guarding the line.
How important were those 7 quick points right before halftime? You mentioned
huge.
The steal in the bucket.
Yeah, huge. I mean, I know Emily got to the free throw line. I think Maher got a basket. I don't remember exactly how he scored, but those were huge. I mean, it just kind of got us to within. Being down 7, you don't feel too bad, but being down 15, you feel horrible. So kind of grinding out that first half, I think, especially that second quarter, really helped us have that momentum and feel like there was still a good possibility we'd come back and win the game.
It was close going to the fourth, and the big difference was the Shaw girl. She didn't score at all in the fourth quarter. What did you do to it? Or was it just throwing everyone at her and really kind of wearing her out, or just kind of lock in and say, hey, if she's not scoring, they're not beating us?
Yeah, we did throw everything we had out of her, and we were always in position when she caught the ball. Not that she still didn't make a lot of moves and score on us. She still had 23 points, but she still had to make good one-on-one moves. She never caught the ball when we were out of position on her, and we did throw a lot of people at her. Mallory did a pretty good job of guarding her. Michelle Maher did a good job guarding her. Taylor Higginbotham got in there a little bit, but she's a good player. I thought what killed us at their place is she didn't really hurt us that much. It was the rest of our team because we were so focused on her. So we just wanted to play good team defense and try to lock her down, make her make plays she doesn't like to make, but just be able to lock the other players down too.
Maher had a really good night tonight. momentum once you got the lead. What were your thoughts on her?
I mean, I'll be honest, Michelle's kind of our anchor. She's had a tremendous year. I don't know if people realize how good of a year she's had, but she plays a ton of minutes. I mean, she got after it defensively. And you know what? Her effort and practice every day and games every day is so consistent and so unreal, and it's really starting to, it's been showing all year. She handles the ball for us. She is a great passer, 8 assists. She rebounds. She gets the free throw line. She's knocking down shots. She's shooting a pretty good percentage this year. So she really kind of anchors us. And I think when things weren't going well, she's improved her leadership as well, where she's really, taking that responsibility her senior year and leading by example.
What are your thoughts heading into Fort Wayne for the second time this year?
What's that? Sorry?
So what are your thoughts on Fort Wayne second time this year?
They're a dangerous team. I mean, Omaha beat them on a tough buzzer beater. You never really love playing that team that's just like so thirsty for getting that win, and they're going to throw a lot of stuff at you. I mean, they're throwing the kitchen sink at you. They're going to trap random places. They're pressing. They're playing zone. They're playing man. They're playing aggressive. They're fronting. They're playing behind. I mean, they're just mixing it up so much, and so it's tough to prepare for. And again, you give them a little taste of victory, and they're going to fight for it. So that'll be a big game for us. We're focused on this second round of conference and trying to make a good run. We were able to pick up a game tonight on a team we lost to the first time, so we want to keep it going.
Quite a few unforced turnovers right away, and they blocked quite a few shots, and then it really seemed like that just didn't happen. Is that just, as you said, playing through contact, pump faking, and just taking care of the basketball, just kind of simple fixes?
Yeah, I mean, Caroline Hoag's a really good shot blocker. I mean, she's a really good shot blocker, and I do think part of it was, we were just a half step slow. We weren't going up strong and making her try to avoid contact, so she could just go up and try to block the shot. We weren't able to transition from catching the ball to shooting the ball as quickly as we'd like, and we weren't attacking her. She's going to block a shot, so if you're not in position to go score right away, give her a head fake, go around her. We got a couple fouls on her, which I think really helped. It hurt her aggressiveness, and I think that hurt her in the second half a little bit because she had to play scared to foul.
Does it look like you guys were getting stops, you were getting shots in the first half, and that looked like that was really the only difference?
That was definitely a great defensive half in the first half for us. Shots weren't falling, little chippies around the basket. Once we saw the ball go in the basket a few times, though, it seemed like it didn't stop, so that was nice to see.
Really entailed 2 halves. What did coach tell you at halftime to kind of get you guys back into the groove?
I don't know. Just, kind of the normal things. Just like keep playing really good defense, box out on the boards, kind of keying on their main players. We started a new thing of jamming instead of icing, and that was kind of a different thing, but I think we took it and we ran with it.
You guys were down 14 with less than 2 minutes to go. In the first half, you scored 7 real quick points. How important was it to get that points going into half and kind of feeling good, saying, okay, maybe we kind of figured out what we're trying to do?
I think that we were getting good looks. In the first half, they just weren't falling, and we weren't going in with the contact. And I think when we finally clicked and coach talked to us, and when we got on that run, everything started to click, and we started feeding off of each other and let the run continue, obviously, in the third and fourth quarter.
Shaw was someone who was really kind of single-handedly keeping them in the game through 3 quarters. She didn't score it all in the fourth. Did you guys just wear her down by throwing a bunch of bodies at her, or did you just kind of key in her? What did you do to really kind of take away really what was their threat offensively?
Yeah, she's a great player. She did a great job in the first 3 quarters, getting contact and finishing at the rim. Trying to keep the ball out of her hand a little bit in the fourth quarter, especially down the stretch. We knew she was their go-to player. Mallory Boyle did a great job on her.
The 2 things that have really kind of, I don't want to say been kind of sneaky in losses for you guys has been rebounding and then opponents hitting 3-pointers. They shot 1 of 17. You guys out-rebounded them by 15. Was that just a point of emphasis, or is something that you guys just really wanted to attack on them side, not let them get off on behind 3 and not really get those second chances?
We been really focusing on in practice with rebounding because we are under height compared to our competition in conference, and so we really focused on the little things, going to the ball instead of letting it come to you, and I think we really capitalized on that in this game, obviously.
I don't know if you play next off the top of your head, but what are your thoughts in
IPFW.
Fort Wayne?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a battle at their place when we played them up there early in January, so looking for another battle on Thursday.
You You guys have officially started the second half of the conference season. What are some of the things you're looking to do or to do maybe a little bit differently this time around in the league?
Pretty much fix all the mistakes that we had in the previous games, if there were any, and kind of implement this new defense, stay on our man, and use the jam instead of the icing. And I think that it worked pretty well for us tonight. With the position that we're in with this new defense, that I feel like we're able to rebound better, and that will help us because we are undersized.
How do you guys feel like going against the zone? Because I think they only played maybe one possession of man tonight, and I think Emily got around her defender pretty easily. But how do you guys feel against seeing a zone? Is that something, with all the shooters you are, it's kind of line up, knowing that those looks will be there to move the ball?
Kind of seems like in the first half, whenever we go against his own team, we're just not clicking right away. But it was definitely nice to see in that second half once the ball started moving and we hit some shots. It seemed like it didn't stop.